What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the West Coast on Farming Simulator 17. We are going to pop down to the store right now. We've been, since the last episode, been doing a lot of work here. We're going to try and really get ahead with ourselves here. So off camera, we've done a lot of fertilizing of our crops. So everything has been, everything is now ready for harvest. Really, we've got all of our cereal crops have been sprayed. All of our grassland has had a dose of nitrogen spread onto it, so it's looking good. So what we can go ahead and do is jump off into the Massey here. We're going to head down to the store. The reason we're going to do that is because we need to look into acquiring a rake. Now we've got a tether. We've got the mowers sorted out. We've knocked some grass down actually onto the floor, so it's ready to be tethered out. The only problem is that we don't have a rake to swath everything back up again, and we also don't have a baler. Now, since our last time here, you may notice that our funds have dropped significantly. There are many reasons for that. Like I say, we've now resolved our issue with the mowers and the tether, and we've also bought some sheep. So we have, I think, in the region of 16 head of sheep at the moment, which is not anywhere near the number I would like, but it is a start. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a start with those guys. We're going to sort out our baler and rake needs right now, and we'll also make sure we can get a really good start with the haymaking today. I did a few contracting jobs around the map just to be able to increase my revenue a little bit, which is very much needed. So I harvest some rape and also some sunflowers, I believe they were. So that's all good. Now, this is obviously my header trailer for the combine. That's my trailer in the bottom corner with some further fertilizer bags on that we'll get to in one stage. This little forklift here actually belongs to the depot, to the store, and they use it for shifting all sorts of things around here, but we also use it when we're here to load up fertilizer onto the back of my low loader. But that's going to stay here for a little bit longer. There's our glorious combine waiting for me. Looking fantastic in the sunlight, I must admit. I'm very much looking forward to getting onto that in the not too distant future. But we'll leave that there for now. We'll come back and see that later. And let's just see what we can purchase today. Now, what I was thinking of doing is we're going to look at the rakes first. I'm going to get a slightly newer rake that I've not used yet at the moment. It's from the ARM team, and it is this Crone. It's a little bit more expensive, but it adds that extra bit of variation. And the reason we're going to go with the Crone, and then we're also going to look at the baler, is because we're going to get the Crone baler again. Now with this baler, I have used it previously. I would like to get the Coon baler, but I am not going to. I can't afford to purchase the LSB 1290 right now, and I also don't want to extend my debt. So we're working to reduce our farming business debt, not extend it massively. So, which is why we'll be looking into purchasing the big pack 12080. So we're going to get this now, and then we can get ourselves going. We'll bring one of the fence down probably for the baler, but we need to take the rake back up there. And what we'll do, I'm going to make sure we've got one of the. I'm going to get one of my farm hands here just to get the tether off and running, and then we've got something to work behind with the rake, and life should be good. We'll be able to get caught up nice and quickly. So in the meantime, I'm just going to hook this back up, and I'll catch you all back up at the farm. Rightio everybody, we are back, and I've decided I'm going to knock down a little bit more grass. So we're going to just jump into this little paddock here, and then one over the road from that. Just squeeze through this old little gateway. So right now, the tether is going. It is knocking down. We've knocked down one paddock and tethered that around, and then we're going to do the other one, the kind of bigger field right in the far corner, which we'll show you in a moment here. And the reason we're doing that is just so we actually can make some progress here. We'll cut these two fields down today, but we won't ted them out. We're going to leave them to kind of dry in the swath for a day or two first, and then we'll be able to make some. We'll get this ted out as well. We won't get a great deal off here, but every little bit helps really. I am aiming to build my head of sheep up over kind of the 100 mark, so they are going to need a lot of food, a lot of haylage here. So we will get this cut down, and then we'll move on to the next one. You might just be able to see, if I look over the field there, you can't go out, you can just see Gary through the trees there working in the fence. He's got the tether on the back, so life is good there. And then, like I say, yeah, we'll get this one finished, and then we'll move into this next one up. It's nice having all the grass nearby. It means there's not much of a lead to bring the bales back in. There is a field kind of on the other side of that hill that I've got ready to go as well, so that'll be the next one. But we'll see. I'm tempted to make silage bales in that one and just leave those stacked in the corner of the field, but that again means that we'd have to invest in further equipment one way or another, and I'm not particularly willing to do that right now. I do love this fence. This is a great tractor. Look at that. I like the mud texture as it comes onto the machine as well, and I like the variation of the machine available. So if you do like to make it a little bit different now with the colour schemes, you got the dual options as well, so you can increase the dual wheels, which is great. It is a great little tractor, and also for its age, really powerful stuff. Very good tractor to have. So this one here will be one of our main cultivation machines, and then I've got the other Fendt, which is a little bit bigger with the wider tyres. That one is set to be pulling the drill, I believe. Good thing is about these fields, they're not taking me very long to complete. Besides this. I'll go one more time around the outside. Actually, I cut that bit short. So how are you all doing? I hope you're all very well. It has been a few days since my last video, but I've been a little busy outside of the farming world. So it was a little bit of time until I could actually get caught up again. But here we are, we're back in it. So I hope you're all doing very well. I hope you've been enjoying yourself and what have you been doing. Thank you for all those who are new to the family, but also have been commenting and leaving kind words on and in the comments, so that's always very nice to read up and catch up on. I'm going to square off the field a little bit, top end mainly. Here. Yeah, it is very nice to finally be venturing out into console here. It's been highly anticipated across all platforms, and you can see why really. The quality in this map is absolutely fantastic. So it really does make for a great playing experience, and the environment is phenomenal. The hours work, if you just look at what you can see in the shot here of the yard, the buildings, and the fields we're in now. It really is something special. You look down, so this field won't take a great deal of time to complete either, but it'll be something nice to get done. There we go. Just stay out of the weeds there, we don't need to put those into hay, it's not necessary. We've done quite a bit of work off screen, as I was mentioning. We were able to get everything fertilised and sprayed, because that's quite a tedious task that we just need to get on with. I have placed a new liquid fertiliser storage tank on the map, which is again just over the hill there. The reason for that being that we have a lot of fields in that area, and when we are spraying, I don't want to have to keep coming back here every time I've emptied the sprayer bowser. So the intention is there just to be able to kind of keep us operational really. So we'll definitely be using that again in the future, and I'll point that out as and when we next see it. Like I said, I cultivated that on yesterday's video there. You just see that the Massey was connected to the Amazon Catros cultivator. We were able to knock down that game plot of the maize field there, so it's turned over, ready to be planted now. I may end up putting a cover crop in there just for the time being to re-establish some nitrogen. trying to decide what I should do with this maize field in front of us here though. I'm not quite sure if I should... Well, in fact, there you go, there are the sprayer tanks just in the horizon there. So, I'm trying to decide what we should do with that field as well, if we should just harvest it for grain, or if we should harvest it for forage. Issue being I don't have much of I don't have any equipment, so we have to try and acquire some somehow. And we'll check in on that one, of course, but for now I'm more than probably likely just going to harvest it for grain if I have to harvest it at all. I don't particularly want to lose 2 fields to being ploughed in. That's not very economical at all when you consider that I'm trying to pay off my business loan here. We'll have to get a look at that soon and see what we can do there. Okay, so we'll probably take another 3 or 4 passes on here, and then that'll be this field in the books all done. Again, looks like we're getting quite a healthy crop off of here. So let me know if there is anything in particular that you guys would like to see on the west coast here. I'm more than willing and open to suggestions. It also makes it a little bit more fun really for me, knowing that there's there's something specific that you guys would like to see. So like I say, the suggestions are all the better. I did see one comment yesterday regarding quality of content. Now, do let me know if this is a reoccurring feature or if it's just a one-off. But we will of course try and address that. Now, for those of you who don't know, we are currently playing on console, so it might be that is the issue. I am looking to transfer across onto gaming PC very shortly, all being well, but it's going to take a little bit of time. I'm building up my own desktop at the moment, so I'll have to see how that one finishes off. But yeah, do bear that in mind, so that could be one of the issues. Hopefully it's not jeopardising anything too badly. I'm just going to fold this up. Perfect. And fold the front. Lovely stuff. Okay, so we're going to park up in the vent here. We're going to check and see how how Gary's doing with his tedding. So hopefully he's not having as calamitous a time as some of my farm hands have had of late. If any of you have been watching my Thornton series, you'll see that Chris put a tractor into the water. It wasn't ideal. We'll leave you here for now, up the way. And we'll shut this gate. So like I say, we picked up the Crow rake here, the Squadro. Looks like a very tidy rake. We do have rear wheel steering pivoting off this actual point here, which will mean that we're able to kind of whip it around on the headland a little bit easier. I believe this is a 9.3 meter or an 8.7 meter. Oh, 9.3. There we go. TC 9.930. So 9.3 meter rake, which is more than enough for what we need, which is good news. We have our new sheep settling into the pasture at the back there. We're gonna have. I'm using this as our machinery shed at the moment, and I think I'll continue. We do get plenty of access into here. I've got nothing else I need to store in here at the moment anyway, so that can long continue. And then we'll have another shed there, or that big shed there can be for the combine in that one, and maybe if we need to, we can tip grain into the other side. But there will be some hay coming into here, all being well, very shortly. Let's shut this gate. So, as we walk through the little sheep paddock here, we'll go around the corner. And he appears to have stopped. Let's go and see what's going on here. That's a little bit peculiar. We might have to take over and finish this off. Let's go and find out. So it appears like it's had enough, bizarrely. So we are going to finish this up here. I have a bit of trouble on some of the uneven ground here with the tether actually finishing or heading out the whole swath. You can see we're missing little bits here and there, so I'm going to have to pay a little bit of attention to that, see how it continues. But we should get plenty of bales off of this field here. It's a nice big size, so I'm very happy about that. We've got a couple of shift and low loader trailers as well that we'll be using, so we can get those led in pretty quickly. But we'll finish this little acreage off here, and then we'll probably be calling it quits for the day, I imagine, although we may go back down to the store to put that bigger. You see, we're still missing little bits of the swath there. So like I say, this has been knocked down yesterday. We're going to leave this to dry for the day, and then tomorrow we've got some good weather on the horizon, so it should dry out very nicely. Typically I'll leave mine down for anywhere between, depending upon the weather, between kind of 5 and 7 days really. I imagine 5 days will be sufficient with this weather we're going to get. It shouldn't need another turn with the machine if the weather stays fine, but we'll keep an eye on it anyway. If we get any dampness into there, we might have to flick it back over again, just so that the grass on the bottom gets spread out and gets a chance to get some daylight, because we don't want it to get damp and rot down there. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one. But yeah, we're in a good place at the moment. Nice to be making some progress here. As I was mentioning, all our crops are kind of verging on being ready for ripe, or ready for harvest. Now what I will do as well, I'm going to show you a little bit of the land we have on the go. We have a little bit of a farm tenancy agreement for some land in the north of the area here, really. And there's a couple of large fields up there of arable land we've got that we need to have a look into. So let's just through that, nicely done. Shut this gate, stop some hungry sheep coming into that. Other way, move! Okay. So for now, I think we'll just lip this straight into here. There we go, nicely done. Leave that there for now. So what I'm going to show you here, I'm going to bring up the map again. I'll show you on the dark contrast of the wall here. As you can see, we have a couple of fields to the northwest there, which we have a couple of fields that are arable. Which we want to go and have a look at. There's going to be some land up there we need to spray actually. That is also the farm where the drill is held at the moment. The farmer has very kindly offered to look after that for me, so I'm going to leave it up there for the moment because I don't need to bring it down here right now. So we'll leave it up there. Next year we're going to be looking to kind of spread a bit further east as well from where we are now. So mainly if you see kind of fields 51, 54, 53, potentially 49, 55. I know there's going to be a potential in the coming year to potentially lease that land as well. So if that is the case, we will look to try and make an agreement there. But for the main part, we will be maintaining the land at the top because that up at the north, because it is good land up there, very fertile. So that's very advantageous for us to keep hold of. We're going to take off the mowers for now though, because I want to go down with the Fendt here and pick up the chrome baler. So where can I pop both of these? These can go into here actually. Let's sit this one down here. Get a bit more in the corner so it's out of the way. Perfect, and then we can just turn this guy around. Just about enough room in here. Lovely. And out we go. Now we'll just move the mass out of the way. This is a great farmyard, I do love it. It is a little tight, which is nice, so it means that there's always logistics to bear in mind. You can't just, well, like I did there, you can't really just leave tractors everywhere really without suffering for it at some point. Perfect. Alright, so I could say that. We'll get onto the rake in a few days. But for now, like I say, we're going to bomb down to the store again in the Fent and we'll bring back the baler. And we should be good to go. So this is the field that we did just cultivate as well. So that's going to be ready for planting into very shortly. We do also own on the far side of the main road here. We'll get that one here. We also own that potato field straight ahead of us, so we will have to harvest some whole crop soon, or some potato crop. Sorry. Ooh, let's cut. Go, go, go. So one of these days we will make the drive up to go and get the plough as well, because we're going to be ploughing in quite a lot of the land. I do like to do I like to reset my fields every kind of 3 or 4 years, or 3 or 4 seasons. So because we have taken on a lot of new land, I don't know the condition of it. We are waiting to get some soil sample tests completed. Once we have that complete, then we'll be able to kind of get a better understanding of the quality of the soil, the nutrient status of the soil, so we can then figure out, why are you indicating for a corner? That's weird. So then we can then figure out what we need to do and what fertilizers we actually need to apply to each field. So we will look to do that very shortly, but for now we're just going to wing down here. And we'll connect up to the baler. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this as always. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button for me, please. It really does mean a lot. We will keep you updated with our progress in the moments and days and weeks to come. So until next time, you have been watching Simulation for the Nation, and I will wish you all the best and stay safe in what you're doing. And until next time, happy farming.